Welcome guys. I did a whole recording, but what happened is there was no audio. So I think on this part I was saying like I went to the beach, I was trying to do some fishing. Yeah, I thought I was the only one fishing, you know? And I saw this. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't too sure if it was real or fake. I think that's what I was trying to say here. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out like, does that part look real or plasticky? I don't even know. It's like, nah, these eyes, are they for real? Yeah, don't even ask me what I was doing here. I think I was just drawing it out, just wasting time as usual. But yeah, it looked like a beautiful day out there, and you know, I deleted the image. It's like, okay, let's get back to business. When we got here, I was super excited. You could tell in my tone. I was like, oh my God, I got this email from Uber. And here I was just breaking everything down in terms of like how I felt like was great about the email. Oh yeah, I was making reference to say that, okay, what are we talking about here? So I think I'm saying good file size. Okay, so yeah, you gotta have a good file size if you're thinking about creating GIFs. So I was saying 1 megabyte is a good size for it, but if you can have something like 500 KB, that's even better, because the smaller the file size, the quicker it loads for people. Yeah, it was a shame the audio wasn't like able. I literally didn't push the checkbox to say record audio, so I forgot about that. So it's a shame. I had plans to redo it, but I was just like, you know what? Yeah, subscribe. More tutorials are coming. Hopefully on the next one, don't forget to tick the box. Okay. Yeah, so again, it was just emphasis to say, you know what, try to get your file size down. Obviously, when you get a file size down, I think I was pointing to the fact that if you get a smaller file size, it means you're crushing the quality of the image and things can look a bit blurry. Hence the arrows are pointing to the elements in the actual animation. They remain crisp, they retain their high quality colors. So when you're crushing the file size down, you might end up having things that are pixelated, and you know, yeah, just things to bear in mind. Yes, I was squiggling here. What was I squiggling about? Oh yeah, I was squiggling to say I've been around people that have sent out emails with like GIFs big as 5 megabytes. You know, that's just, you have to think in terms of people. I know people got 5G now, people got 4G, whatever, but sometimes, you know, these things can take long for people to load, you know, if your connection is not that great. Yeah, this part I was just sketching up, nothing important. I ended up erasing it. So here I was breaking down the sections to say at the top you got a logo, followed by the main banner. And here I was just explaining that sometimes the expected workflow is to have the main banner, which is that GIF at the top, followed by the text and then the button. Obviously in this case it's inverted. You got the image underneath and you got the text at the top, which I was commending. I was saying you don't always have to stick to what is being done everywhere. You can switch things around, feel comfortable. Okay, what was I doing here? I was doing something for sure. Maybe I was saying that whole module, like the text module, is literally like that kind of box. And we got the CTA button. So obviously CTA button is where people will click. And I was looking for a contrasty color. Yeah, because it can get difficult to see when I'm drawing the same color over and over. Yeah, here I was just explaining that they've got a different kind of button, CTA, call to action. They've got a different kind of button. Here at the top, as you can see, it's like a button with a black background, and this one is just like a text version of the button. and they've got like a heading, paragraph up here. I was just explaining that you can tell the difference in font size for the heading for that section and this section. So it's important, obviously. Why? Because it shows more importance. Like what's important is at the top, what's down there is important, but obviously you don't want to make it as big and as in your face as you would for a top section. You know, you don't want to repeat having these crazy big fonts. You want to vary it to show importance. So yeah, that's exactly what I was saying there. Maybe not in those words, but yeah, I was going for that kind of direction. So yeah, it's unfortunate the audio disappeared. What can we do? Okay, talking a little bit more about that. What else was I talking about here? Right, I was talking about here that look how Uber have built an email using vector images, whereas sometimes you can go out and actually hire photographers to go out with their fancy Canon cameras and take some high quality 4K pictures, whatever, which you can use in your campaigns. But alternatively, you can just look for illustrators, graphic designers that can do the same thing in Illustrator, for example, and create your emails that way using like vector art. And obviously, if you don't have in-house animators, you can just search for people that can do 2D animation, and they can do that particularly for that image, because that's a GIF, which you would see later on in the video. And yeah, just smash the like button as hard as you can, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. Just keep the channel engaged. Drop a comment. Shout out to you. Cheers. What else are we talking about here? Okay, we're talking about consistency of those vector arts. Obviously, they use more vector art, so it's not just like random. It's kind of like just well thought out. Like they've got enough artwork to actually say this campaign is going to use this kind of, you know, yeah. What else was I doing here? Okay, not sure. Doing something though. Okay, then what? What else was I talking about here? Oh, I was making mention of like, I was speaking about Facebook, Instagram ads, Facebook ads, email marketing, why it's essential. Obviously, that 1M is like literally, I was saying 100 million. Then I was like, okay, no, 1 million. And I was like, okay, let's drop it down. Say, for example, you're sending out an email to 100K people. And then when you literally hit send, right there, you see I'm ticking send. When you click the button send, it goes out to the people. So for example, here I'm saying you send out an email campaign to 100K people, 10K engage. So for example, 10K open the email. And out of those 10K people, I think I wrote something like 5K actually end up going to like engage, go to your website, you know. Okay, so 5K engage. So the number is narrowing way down. And then maybe out of the 5K that engage, that eventually land on your website, only 500 people maybe register or make a purchase, or, you know, read a blog or share your article. So it's all those things that you're actually doing. So you're pushing this communication in people's inboxes, and you want them to react. So you want them to click links, go to your landing page, and something happens. All right. So yeah, so this is why we do it, and that's email marketing for you, and it's really powerful. Yeah, if you do it the right way. What else? Got rid of the doodle just to clean it up. I think I was going for another set of drawing. Okay. Chatty. Okay, where are we here? I'm talking about the button, the chevron on the button. What else? It was a nice video, trust me. I was just picking apart the design and just talking about it and stuff, as I always do. So I'll talk as much as I can till we get to like the actual coding, then I'll just speed it up or just leave it at normal speed and you can just watch the coding process. Okay, so here I jumped into Dreamweaver to start the coding process. As you can see, it's a blank slate. Obviously I start by putting in a table in there, back it up, back it up, back it up so that it lines up. I'm nesting. If I was actually saying, if you haven't watched the nesting video, watch it so that you understand. Somebody actually asked me that as a question. I couldn't answer it, so I ended up just doing a video, posted it on YouTube, got a few comments on that video saying that it was helpful. So if you also wondering why people nest and stuff like that, you'll find that video quite useful. You see here I'm plugging away 600. Okay, lines. I took out that line center because don't really need that. That line center on the 600, don't need that there. The one above, yeah, I need that, but not on that one. Yeah, here I was just commenting out because I wanted to do this as the logo section, and then yeah, but then yeah, that changed after I saw the design. I was like thinking of other ways of me coding it. So sometimes you can think of like doing it in one way and then you end up doing it another way. What else is happening here? I'll probably switch to Photoshop because I was also saying like that's the workflow basically. So you see me switching between the different screens, like okay, now I'm in Photoshop, okay, back up to Dreamweaver, and then I'm always eyeballing on the design, what little things am I missing out on and stuff like that. That's how you get to the perfect design, pixel perfect design, because you're constantly flicking around, just zooming in on elements within the actual design to say, is this how I'm actually coding it? Is this how it was applied to me? Is this what's expected of the design? You know, I think that's a link for the logo. And one thing that I've also noticed when I was actually coding, I said, let me split the screen, because I noticed obviously all you've seen is code, you can't see progress. So sometimes splitting the screen is actually good for YouTube, because you can see as I add the logo in, you can see, oh, okay, that's the logo that's been added in and stuff like that. It's good for progress. So that's why I switched the screens around. I was explaining about the alt text, why it's important, saying that obviously if the image is not loading up, then you can basically see the image alt text as kind of like a description. So it'll kind of tell you to enable your images, but before the images are enabled, you only get to see the alt text. Obviously switching around, I think I was making mention here that the logo came in at a big size, so in the design it's not that big. You can see it's a bit big here, so we use CSS to control it. You can see how tiny it is on the design in the top left. I think also here I was making mention of that gap. I ended up drawing it because I wasn't sure if you could see the mouse when I was trying to move my mouse around it. So the gap which I was talking about was that gap. I probably ended up changing pink to something else. Let's see what happened. Yeah, change the color. So yeah, it's that gap. Basically, the logo has got to push. You have to factor how are you gonna push that logo in. Okay, whether you're using padding or doing something else. I used percentages on the table. That's how I achieved that, and you're gonna see in a minute. Yeah, chatty. As always. I was explaining some things about the logo. I think I was mentioning about the spacings from the logo to the heading text, and the heading text to the body copy to the CTA. This line was denoting that everything is left aligned. So this made, you see this pink line that I'm drawing? This is what made me change that section, which I had called logo section, into like top section or something. So I grouped everything within one row, the logo, the paragraph, and all that became. So yeah, you can see here I made that specifically just that was supposed to only hold the logo. Then I'll go underneath, I'll create another row and do the copy. But essentially I was like, nah, since it's all left aligned in one spot, I'm just gonna make this into one. And that's what we ended up doing. What am I writing in here? Oh yeah, I was also making mention we got two background colors. Well, two colors really. So you got the gray and you got a creamy one. So it's just observations that you do. So you pick out on everything. All right. I'm copying the colors for the background. I copied the body one, the cream one. So I'm gonna put it there. BG color equals # and then I paste. All right, there you go. So there I got the color. Thinking a little bit, I'm gonna start adjusting the logo as well, because the logo came in at a big size. I think I ended up going with like 80 pixels, whereas the actual full size of the logo came in at 138 pixels. So I'm putting BG color for the outside of the shell. So that's that dark gray. Well, not so dark gray, but yeah, it's just that gray. As you can see. Okay. Let's see what's happening now. Yeah, just picking different colors and trying to explain. I think trying to explain the padding, because there's a bit of padding from the logo. A push from the top and there's a little push from the bottom, so you can see you have to factor in all those kind of paddings for you to be pixel perfect. And you know, this is stuff that's in the course, this is stuff that's in other videos on YouTube. You got enough material to keep you sorted, so make sure you check everything. And after checking it out, give yourself enough time during the week to practice as well, because practice makes perfect, you know. Yeah, there you go. 40 or 50. I was saying that space is probably like a push from the left, like 40 pixels in or 50 pixels in. So just eyeballing and just roughly gauging with my eye, like, okay, that's probably what I need to go for in terms of pushing that whole section in a bit. And then I jump into Dreamweaver, and what are we doing? Doing exactly that. And I changed that 100 into 90. I think I probably changed it to 80 so that it pushes in a little bit more, as you can see. So I changed this from logo to top section now, because now that's holding the logo plus the text that you saw in the design. It's just going to be in one element there. So if somebody's picking up the code, they just know, okay, that's the top section code, basically. That's why I update that. What else? Style, I'm putting padding for the logo so that there's a bit of padding above and below. So there you go, you get the padding. But I think next I'm going to adjust the logo size. So in Dreamweaver, if you take that thing there, it gives you the original size. Then if I go to 100, it adjusts and it auto gives you the height as well. So I think 100 was still a bit big for me, so I went 80. Then I was like, okay, I kind of like that. And I left it at 80. And then I moved on to create the section underneath. Okay. Yeah, so 80 basically pushed it in a little bit more. All right, so hopefully from now on out kind of will make sense, because obviously you got the video. I'm going to keep it at the normal speed so that it's not confusing to follow along if you're just wondering how I'm coding stuff. But I'm going to stop narrating now and just let you watch, and hopefully you enjoy the rest of the video. Apologies, I just did not tick the box to carry the sound from the original recording, which was kind of like, why did I do that? But it happens sometimes. And hit that subscribe button, and most importantly that like button on this video. Really supports the channel. All the links that you need are probably going to be down in the description box below. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next video. But make sure you got your notepad and just carry on watching. I'm sure you'll find some valuable tips and tricks in there. So yeah, take care. I'll see you in a bit. Hey, hope you're having a good day. I got some good news. The course is now available. Click the link below to get full access. And if you're new, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching to the end. If you've liked this video, please hit the like button. It really helps. Thanks.